right, welcome back everyone. This is Dan with Ledger Support. I hope everybody is doing okay today. As usual, this is our weekly live stream. It's actually every single day, but I'm on Monday and Tuesday. So as usual, I'm here for an hour, so 4:30 p.m. CT to 5:30 p.m. CT. So if you have any questions, this is the moment where you can ask me anything. This is the reason why I'm doing this this show for you guys. So don't hesitate if you have any questions regarding crypto, Ledger, anything you want to talk about the market. You have an issue with your Ledger device, maybe Ledger Live, maybe you're curious about crypto, maybe you just started, maybe you just need some tips to onboard safely with Ledger. So whatever your situation is, please drop your questions in the chat and I'll go one by one and hopefully I can give you some good answers. So my name is Dan, by the way. You should see my name appear here. Sorry, I forgot to put it on. Yep. And again, so if you have any questions, I'm here for you. Before I start, as usual, please give me a little confirmation in the chat that you can hear me properly. I just want to make sure that you guys are going to get the best experience during the live. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me okay, that the sound is good, the video is not too laggy. And then, that being said, we will start. So let me make this thing bigger. And by the way, I hope you had a great weekend and that you are refreshed for this week ahead. Hopefully we'll get some good news from the ETF this week, but we'll see, right? Okay, the first question is from Deepak Sindhu. So Deepak is asking, I've already raised my query. My case ID is Sir, I have Ledger Nano S Plus hardware wallets under warranty period. Now it's not working, no power on the screen. I also changed the USB cable. When I request for replacement, it requires the pickup address, but I am from India and your website doesn't have India. When I select replacement, around 3 days passed, no answer from your side. Okay, so first of all, I'm sorry that it took 3 days for us to get back to you. This is not the experience that we want you to have. That being said, I'm going to write down your case ID number and I will pick up your ticket tomorrow, or at least I will find someone that can get back to you and help you with your case, Deepak. And yeah, again, sorry for that. And if your device doesn't work, for sure, we'll replace it. We want you to have a device that you can use, of course. So yeah, give me until, let's say, tomorrow morning, CET, so France time, to get back to you. And yep. So, oops, I moved my device a little bit. Okay, so next question is from XXX8. Welcome back, XXX8. So XXX8 is saying, hi, I noticed that I got 0.00001 algo and XRP sent to me. I know it's scammers thinking when I send it accidentally, send it to them. My question is, there is scammers that send dust amounts, but I thought it was just on Polygon. Okay, so great question, and it's great that you raised this issue. So I confirm that the 0.00001 algo that you received is it's basically a dust amount that's trying to scam you. And the way this works is scammers will send you a very tiny amount of whatever crypto, so typically Algo or XRP, could be also Matic, could also be Solana, right? That's happening on Solana as well. And the reason they're doing this is because they want you to, by accident, you go into your account, you copy paste the wrong address, and then suddenly you're sending them the coins. And you are right, XXX8, that those dust attacks, those scams, they don't exclusively happen on Polygon. They also happen on any blockchain that is cheap. So again, that would be Solana, XRP, potentially Stellar, Polygon, of course, Phantom, all these cheap networks, you can expect to get like some sort of dust attacks at this point. Us at Ledger, we're trying to make sure that there are filters, so those dust attacks don't start like populating the entire transaction history, but it's quite difficult to implement. And also those dust attacks cannot be stopped because addresses on the blockchain are public. So anyone can sample like 1 million addresses and just send a dust amount to all these addresses. I'll show you what this looks like on the Solana account because I've noticed that scammers have started to do it on Solana as well. Actually, I don't know if I have Solana here, a dust amount here. I don't actually, yeah. So typically scammers, they're not stupid. They will do it with addresses that have a higher amount of coins than, you know, my paltry $12 here. But if you have a lot of coins, so be warned, those dust attacks, they can happen on any blockchain, okay? Not just Polygon. So again, XXX8, thank you for raising this issue. Again, guys, to avoid dust attacks and dust scams, just make sure to send and receive using the buttons, okay? And always check the address on your Ledger device. Never go into your operation history and copy paste from there because you never know, you know, if you don't pay attention, you might accidentally copy paste a scammer's address. Hope that answered the question. All right, next from CJ. So CJ is asking, why can't I withdraw my HBAR? It says something about it had decimals as an error. Please explain. Okay, so CJ would help to tell me, I'm assuming you're sending from your Ledger device to an exchange, but if you could confirm that, that would be great. I do think we have a, I do think we have a Hopsonner article that explains this issue. So if I type tiny bar, we don't. Yeah, so basically this issue is with, there's an issue with the denomination of HBAR in Ledger Live. If you use a decimal amount of HBAR, then you might get this issue. So instead, what you could try is just send a round amount of HBAR from your wallet. Don't send like 1.5 HBAR, but just send 2 HBAR or 1 HBAR, something like this. So any round amount should help you not get this issue. So if you're still getting this issue, even though you're trying to send a round amount, then you might need to use a third-party wallet like, what's the name? Hashpack. You know, instead of using Ledger Live, you can connect your Ledger device to Hashpack, which is here. It's on the Hopsonner, and you can send your coins via Hashpack instead. That might help you get unstuck. So let me drop that link in the chat, CJ, for you. But again, try first to just round the amount. So CJ, the link will be at the bottom of the chat. I can't tag you in the chat here. So yeah. All right. Next question is from Darlene P, a recurring guest on the chat. So welcome back, Darlene. Darlene is saying, I have a new ledger that needs to be set up. The old one is not fully functioning. So how do I transfer my assets from the old ledger to the new one, everything without screwing it up? Okay, so Darlene, that's a good question. There's a very easy way to actually transfer crypto from one device to a new device. And this way is with your 24-word recovery phrase, right? And that's what the recovery phrase is for. So let's say, for example, you have a Ledger Nano S Plus, okay, which is not functioning anymore for whatever reason, and you're getting a new Nano X device just like this one, okay? So instead of creating new accounts and transferring like crypto one by one from your Nano S Plus accounts to Nano X accounts, what you can do instead is you can, I'll show you on the camera, you can power the Nano X, okay, unlock. So I'll show you I'm gonna reset my device so you can see the entire flow here. So take a look. All right, so you see I'm restoring my device, okay? So the device is now restored, okay? There is no private keys in the device, and this is what your new device will look like. Nano X, Nano S Plus, Nano S, whatever. Okay, so when you see this, you will navigate using the buttons to this screen here, restore, okay? So you'll confirm, restore. So make sure not to select setup as a new device, okay? You want restore because you want to restore all the accounts, okay? So go to restore, then use both buttons like that, boom. And then select restore from recovery phrase. Now you choose your PIN. So for example, 4 times 1. It's not a very good PIN. I recommend that you use 8 digits, okay? And now it's asking you to enter your recovery phrase. You select the number of words, 24 words, and then you type every single word in your recovery phrase into the device, okay? By doing this, you are basically cloning your private keys from your Nano S Plus to your new device, okay? That's the easiest way to do it. Of course, keep in mind that if you can do it on your device, anyone that gets access to your 24-word recovery phrase will also be able to clone your account. So that's why we recommend that you guys never share your 24-word recovery phrase, because if you do it, then anyone will be able to steal your funds, okay? So it's great for recovery, but the only safe place to type a recovery phrase is inside a Ledger device, okay? You should never type your recovery phrase anywhere else. Anyone asking for your phrase is, of course, you know the drill, right? Is trying to scam you, okay? Super important. So I hope that answers your question, Arlene. If you have any more questions, go ahead, like drop them in the chat. I'm gonna reset the room real quick before we continue. So guys, this is Dan with Ledger Support. I'm here to answer all your Ledger / crypto / whatever questions. So if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'm here until 5:30 p.m. CET. I'll be back tomorrow as well with Springel, but today is just me. I'm here for you to help you with any questions you might have. Drop them in the chat and we'll continue. Okay, so next question is from Rhett Richardson. Sorry. I always have trouble getting into my ETH wallet to transfer my XDC from Uphold. I've read tons of things online and it works once and not next time. How can I do this easier? So I've always had trouble. Oh, by the way, before I get back to you, Rhett, I'm just gonna help Darlene with one more thing. And Darlene, I want you to have this article here. This article is basically gonna take you through the steps to restore your Nano S Plus accounts onto your Nano device, onto your new device, okay? So this is how you're going to do it. Okay, so back to Rhett. So Rhett is having trouble getting into his ETH wallet to transfer my XDC from Uphold. I've read tons of things online and it works once and not next time. How can I do this easier? Okay, I can show you how to do it. I'll show you live how to do this. I know it's not super intuitive because you have to use a third-party wallet, and unfortunately there aren't like so many good resources to do it. But we have some good documentation on the Help Center. It's just very important to follow the steps like very carefully, because there is room to make mistakes. So first, Rhett, I'm going to share this article with you, okay? So you have that. And then I'll go through the steps quickly. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is make sure that you unlock your device. Okay, oops. Using the correct PIN, of course. All right, now you make sure you go to My Ledger here, and you make sure that the XDC app is installed on the device, okay? So that should be XDC. Yeah, see, so in my case it's installed. So once you've done this, you exit the My Ledger. Okay, that's important as well. And then you can open My Ledger on your Ledger device. So here's the XDC network. So open this. It should say application is ready. Good. Now, next step is to open the tutorial here, and then really carefully follow the steps, okay? So first you would go to betawallet.synfin. Ah, okay. So it seems like the wallet is down. Okay, so that's not good. Let's try something else. Let's try my Ether wallet instead. Ether wallet. And see, like that's one of the issues with those smaller coins. Like the infrastructure is not very, very good. So, okay, so here I'm on my Ether wallet. I'm gonna click access my wallet. Here I'm gonna select hardware wallet, connecting to XDC network. Okay, XDC, so I'm good. And then I make sure that the XDC app is open on my device. Okay, connect via USB-C. And now I can see like all my different XDC addresses. Okay, so I'm just gonna, here I wanna make sure to select XDC one more time, just to make sure I'm on the XDC network. Okay. Yeah, so definitely not super user-friendly, I have to say. Okay, let's try again. If it doesn't work, then you know what? Red, just open a ticket. I'll take care of you tomorrow. Because if everything, all the XDC wallets are breaking, then I'm not gonna be able to help you, unfortunately. Let me clear the cache real quick. This is live support, guys. Okay, let me reload this one more time. Last attempt. And okay, so it's actually interesting that this wallet is down, because that was the one we used to recommend, but you can see it's down now. So the XDC team is no longer managing it. So that means that we have to use a different interface, but XDC network. So let's try again. Okay, XDC network, XDC, connect via USB. Okay, so we get this, we accept. And now we are still on the Ethereum network. So let's try to change the network from here. XDC network. Okay, and so it worked. Okay. So it worked like that. It's very buggy, but at least you can have access to your accounts, and I'm sure like if this thing stops popping, then you will probably be able to generate an address here and then send that to, use this address to send coins from the exchange to your Ledger device. I would say just do it, test with a small amount first, and make sure you can see the coins before you add more. I'm gonna share the link to my Ether wallet with you, Red. So hopefully you can try those steps. Again, as usual, like if it's your first time doing this, then go slowly, okay, and just send a small amount first, okay. You don't want to go too heavy. Okay, next question is from MG. Hi Dan. Hi MG. Hope you're doing well. Next is from Queen Satoshi. Can you talk about the Ledger Web3 scam app from the Microsoft App Store, please? Yep, I can talk about it. So this scam was spotted by Zach XBT, which is he's a famous crypto sleuth on Twitter, and he spotted this scam app on the Microsoft App Store, and he rightfully alerted the community that it was a scam. And that's something that it's not the first time it happens. We've had instances of fake Ledger Live apps popping on the Microsoft app in the past, and unfortunately, the Microsoft team, let those through. So definitely something that the Microsoft team needs to be careful with. That being said, we also have to educate people, to keep educating people, not to share the recovery phrase, because what happened is this fake app, as all fake Ledger Live app, they will run like a fake diagnostic and then say, hey, by the way, can you please type your 24 recovery phrase? And apparently someone fell for it, typed the recovery phrase into that fake app. The scammer got that person's recovery phrase, and then they were able to sweep the funds, which is super, I'd say it's really gut-wrenching for this person. But again, guys, like we repeat it all the time, every single day. You should never type, share your recovery phrase. Anyone who's access to your recovery phrase will be able to steal your funds. So definitely something that you need to be careful with. This time the app was on the Microsoft App Store. It's not the first time it happens. Next time it might be, on Google, it might be on whatever websites. Again, the only safe place to download the app is via the Ledger website, okay? Here, that's the link. So Queen Satoshi, maybe you wanna bookmark this address, okay, and share it with your friends as well. And this is the only safe address to download Ledger Live on the desktop and also on the phone, okay? Yeah. Next question. So Buddy X, any word when will we be able to access our Cardano NFTs in Ledger Live? Buddy, I'm sorry, I don't have any ETA for you for this feature. It will come eventually, but we just don't have the bandwidth for now to work on Cardano NFTs. So yeah, do we want Cardano NFTs in Ledger Live? Absolutely. Do we have time to do it right now? Not currently, because we are dealing with a lot of backlog when it comes to integration. That being said, there is a workaround. It's not great, I know, but you can use something like Nami Wallet and connect your Ledger device to Nami Wallet, and you'll be able to see your Cardano NFT. So again, this is it's a workaround. It's not as good as having it in Ledger Live, but it's safe and it works. So for now, this is what I would suggest. Okay, next question. So this one is from Jan Flores. Hi there, I want to withdraw Harmony One from KuCoin, but I can only do it on the Harmony One network. What is the solution? So the solution is to connect your Ledger device to MetaMask and then connect MetaMask to Harmony network and then send your coins from the exchange to that wallet. And again, you're not sending to MetaMask, you're sending to your Ledger wallet, but you're using MetaMask as an interface, just like you use Ledger Live as an interface to connect to other networks. I don't know if Harmony is supporting Ledger Live. I can actually check that. No, it's not. It's not supported. Okay. Yeah. So Jan, you have two options, right? Either you can find an exchange that supports a different network that is supported by Ledger Live, but since Ledger Live doesn't support Harmony, it's really not a good option because you want to send your Harmony coins to the Harmony network so you can stake them. So instead, connect your Ledger device to MetaMask, connect MetaMask to Harmony One network using something like Chainlist, and then you can send coins to your Ledger device through there. Okay. And I do think we have documentation on the Help Center. So let me check that. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna drop that documentation for you, Jan, so you can follow step by step. And if you have any issues, just please let me know and I'll try to help you. But yes, you can see all the steps here, all the steps. So this is the steps to connect Ledger Live, MetaMask to Harmony, and then how to access your Harmony accounts via MetaMask. But again, the coins will be secured by your Ledger, and then you can send one coin from the exchange to that account. That's it. Again, if it's your first time, send a small amount. So you get used to how it works before you send the entire balance. Okay. Next question. Okay, thank you guys for the feedback. MG, BTTC still can't see the amounts on the ledger. Is it normal? It might be normal, MG. Let me check. So I'm guessing it's BTTC on Tron, but please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's on Tron, right? BTTC. Oh, BTTC is the new... Wait, is BTTC the new BitTorrent token? I'm a little confused here. There are so many tokens. Let me check. BTTC token. BTTC. Okay, MG, could you please... That can't be this one. That doesn't look right. So MG, could you please clarify like which token you're trying to send, because I'm not getting anything here. BTTC. Do you mean BitTorrent? If you mean BitTorrent, it might actually be normal. I don't think, I think I've got some BitTorrent somewhere. Let me check. And there is no value for that bounce. But let me check real quick. BitTorrent, here. You see? Okay, so BitTorrent, I can see the amount, but not the value. So yeah, this is, if that's the token you have in mind, that is perfectly normal. Eventually it will be added, like there will be a price feed, and I can escalate that to the developers so they can implement that as soon as possible. But for now, it's perfectly normal. What I could say is just make sure to keep your Ledger Live up to date, because the price feed will come with a new version of Ledger Live. So, you know, next time there is an orange banner saying that there is a new version of Ledger Live, download the new version, and hopefully that one will support a price feed for BitTorrent token. Okay, next question. Bashir. Hello, I changed my mobile phone and installed Ledger Live app, but I don't know what I have to do to activate and where I can enter the recovery words. Okay, so Bashir, you don't need to, you should never type your recovery phrase into any app. Okay, if Ledger Live is asking you to type your recovery words, it's not Ledger Live, it's a fake app. So again, let me share a link to download the legit app, okay? If Ledger Live is asking you for your words, you're getting scammed. Don't do it. So you say you changed my mobile phone, install Ledger Live app. I don't know what I have to do to activate it. There's nothing you need to activate, right? You just download it and then you connect your Ledger device to it. That's it. If you have a Nano X, you can connect by Bluetooth. If you have a Nano S Plus or Nano S and your phone is Android, you will be able to connect via a USB cord. But again, if Ledger Live is asking you for your recovery phrase, it's a scam. Don't do it. Don't type the words. Instead, uninstall this app and use the link that I share with you to download the real app, which will never ask you for your recovery phrase. Okay, guys, again, we repeat it all the time, but the recovery phrase is the key to your accounts. If someone has it, they can access your accounts. They don't need your device, okay? So you need to be super careful. Be paranoid, okay? If Ledger Live asks you for your phrase, it's not Ledger Live, it's a scam. All right. Sorry about that. Next question. Honey's Paradise. My XRP and XLM were stolen from a ledger. They were sent to an Uphold address. How do I retrieve? Honeys, I'm really sorry to hear that, but if someone had access to your account or to your recovery phrase, then they can do whatever they want with your funds, including sending it to an exchange address they control. And unless Uphold decides to freeze the fund and send it back to you, which is possible, then you will not be able to recover the funds. So what you should do is immediately go to the police and signal that, tell them that your crypto was stolen. They are on the Uphold exchange, and you need the police to send a letter or an injunction or whatever, an order to Uphold so they can freeze the funds and get the crypto back to you. That's the only way to stop it. I'm going to share some documentation with you on what you should do if you are in a situation like this. And of course, if the police needs more information, they can also reach out to us, okay, at support.ledger.com. We're happy to help with the investigation. So for example, if the police needs information about the transactions, where they went, is the funds still on Uphold, have the funds moved, we are also happy to provide assistance, but only the police can force an exchange to send the funds back. We cannot reverse that transaction, unfortunately. Okay, next question. Guys, by the way, if you just joined live, this is Dan with Ledger Support. I'm here until 5:30, so another 30 minutes drop your question in the chat. I'll get back to you live. Next question from Jose Lenny Solidium. The receiving address in Ledger changes every send. What happens if I send my ADA from the exchange to Ledger using an old address? Jose, nothing happens. It's perfectly safe. You can do it. We recommend to use a new address every single time, so it's more private. But if you want to use the same address again, that's fine. Ledger Live will correctly account for all the deposits. Don't worry about it. By the way, it's not specific to ADA. It's also the same thing with Bitcoin, Zcash, Litecoin, all the coins that are derivation of Bitcoin, including Cardano, okay? And then you have different kind of coins like Ethereum and its derivations that are account specific. So there is only one address and the deposit address doesn't change. But again, for ADA, for Bitcoin, Zcash, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and so on and so forth, those coins, they will change the receiving address automatically. But don't worry, it's safe to use an old address. All right, next question. So this one is from Belay R. Some people in YouTube saying Ledger Nano is not safe with your recovery phrase. It's not safe to use Ledger with your recovery phrase. So just to be clear, it's perfectly safe to use a Ledger device. And it's perfectly safe to type your Ledger device, your recovery phrase into your Ledger device. Okay, that's the only place where you can safely type your Ledger device, your recovery phrase is your Ledger device. I think some of the FUD or the outcry was about Ledger Recover. Ledger Recover is optional. Okay, again, it's a service to back up your seed. So have an extra backup for your accounts, not just your recovery phrase, but you have this extra backup. But it's optional and you don't have to use it if you don't want to use it. It's never activated by default. Okay, you need to, first of all, you need to pay for it and you need to onboard. And there are multiple steps to actually activate the service. And only then, and only with your consent, you can use Ledger Recover. If you don't like the service, if you don't want to do it, just ignore it and continue securing your funds as before with just a recovery phrase in your Ledger device. But Ledger Recover is here if you want an additional backup on top of your recovery phrase. Okay, it's a good service, but not everybody needs it. It's more for beginners, I would say. If that's your thing, of course. Again, Ledger will never force you to use Ledger Recover. And so Belay are mainly what I should not do to use my recovery phrase. Okay, so just a few tips for you. There are a lot of scams, and those scams will always try to get your 24 recovery phrase. And the reason why they want your recovery phrase is because they can access your accounts with your recovery phrase. Okay, if you give your recovery phrase to anyone or you type it into a website, that's a scam, and the scammer on the other side of the website will be able to access your accounts. So never do it. I'm actually gonna share some documentation with you so you can learn how to keep your Ledger device and your recovery phrase safe, Belay. And hopefully, you never get scammed, and I wish you the best for that. And I really hope you don't get scammed. If you read this article, you'll never get scammed. Again, do not share your 24 recovery phrase. Be careful. Okay, next question from Eric. Why hasn't Ledger considered a redesign or sourcing a new screen for the Ledger stacks? I don't know, Eric. I'm not part of those conversations, but I think the plan is to get the curve screen, even if it takes a little more time. But I'm not part of those conversations, so I don't know why the stacks is designed the way it is. I've used the test device myself. It's pretty cool, to be honest, to have like this curve screen is pretty cool, but I'm not a hardware engineer myself, so I don't think I have good input on what the device and the screen should be like. Okay, next question. Can't pronounce your name, Russian name, I'm guessing. But yeah, welcome to the stream. So they say, hello Dan, thank you for your effort to educate on the issue of crypto. Suppose I have made a few accounts for BTC Balance. I've made a few accounts for BTC. The balance is shown as total amount. How to unite it into one account, united balance? Yeah, that's a good question. So it's not very difficult. You can do this just with Ledger Live. Let's say, for example, you've got many different accounts like this. So let's say you want to consolidate everything into the Ledger Ordinals account. Okay. So you would click on this account, receive, continue, let your Ledger device generate an address. Okay, just like this. Boom, copy this address, verify that it's the same address on your device. Okay, all good. That's the address for this account. Now you can go back to the other account, this one. You can click send, use this address, and send the transaction with your Ledger device. So I'll show you what that looks like real quick. Those fees are really expensive right now, so I'm gonna go for 5 bytes. That you shouldn't do that because that's not a fee. But just to give you an example, yeah, I don't even have enough for that. Oh yeah, okay. So boom, and then continue, and then you can verify the transaction on your Ledger device and confirm the transaction on your Ledger device. I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to pay $3 in fees, but you get the idea, right? So you can send across your accounts just like that. And then once the account, one of your accounts is empty and you don't need it anymore, you can just hide it in Ledger Live. So you would just go to the account, right click, edit accounts, remove from portfolio to hide it, and like this. And you can just go account by account and just keep the accounts that you want to consolidate your Bitcoin into. That's all. That's what you need to do. So I hope that answers your question here. MG, also fake support Ledger 54K followers. Yes, on X. Yeah, for sure. So there's just like scammers absolutely everywhere. X is particularly dangerous when it comes to scam because, we've got, fake. Here's one. This is a fake Ledger employee account. Okay, so definitely a scam. They retweet our stuff just to make themselves legit, but usually they will try to get into your DMs and ask you for your 24 recovery phrase. This is how the scam works. Very sketchy. So guys, try to avoid X as much as you can, especially if you're not familiar with scamming and know how to protect yourself. But the gist is that Ledger will never ask you for your 24 recovery phrase. Okay, that's really the basics. Anyone asking you for your phrase or anyone DMing you on X or any social media is a scammer and not a real Ledger employee. So MG, thank you for the flag. We have a team that takes care of smacking down those scammers, but there's just so many of them. It's really overwhelming. So Eric, Ledger directed me to Google for the download of your app. Eric, I don't think you should use the Google link. One thing that you should know, guys, is if you don't have an ad blocker like this one, for example, this one is uBlocker, you will get tons of scams, tons of scam link to fake version of Ledger Live. So again, Eric, I'm gonna share the link with you again. Never use anything but this link. Okay, bookmark it. Okay, so you know where to find the next version of Ledger Live. Okay, next, Peter Hudshorn. I wanted to swap some XLM, but it said 12 cents. The real price was $12.88. Can I change that? You wanted to swap some XLM, but it said 12 cents. Because between 12 and 13, okay, it's 12.88. Yeah, so Peter, the reason being that the swapping service is a third-party provider, and depending on how many people want to swap at the same time, you might get like a different quote. That is not exactly, the quotes that you might see on CoinMarketCap, for example. Okay, because behind the swap feature are different providers, and they each have their own inventory of coins, and they will charge you like different different rates for the swap depending on the time of the day, and also depending on the activity on the market. So that's the reason why you might get like better price some days but less good price some other days. Also make sure to select a fixed rate when you want to swap. Don't go for the floating rate. Fixed rates is better because you guarantee to have that rate. Floating rates, you run the risk of having some slippage here, which you don't necessarily want. And if you don't like swapping in Ledger Live, you can also swap. You can always send your coins to an exchange, do the swap here, and then send the coin back to your Ledger wallet. That's also a possibility. You can also use like a service like Rango, which is a DEX that supports Ledger devices. And we have documentation about Rango. So yeah, let me share that with you. Peter, up. Here you go. Try Rango if you want. Okay. So next question. Beans and rice for me. What can prevent the transaction mempool error from happening again, sending Bitcoin to wallet? A lot of heart palpitation and worse. I'm so sorry to hear that, mate. No, it's not a very big issue. This issue is only, so we have a Help Center article that talks about it that I can share with you. It's a temporary error, and the reason why it's because there's been too many people using Ledger Live, the Bitcoin service, particularly because of the price action in the market, and so our servers were completely overwhelmed and not able to relay the transaction to the Bitcoin network. So again, don't worry, this was only temporary. If Ledger Live won't let you do your transaction, you can use a third-party service like Electrum, which is also super safe. You just download Electrum, connect your Ledger device to it, and do your transaction. That's the trick. But if the transaction is not too urgent, you can also wait until the activity on the Bitcoin network subside a little bit, and then try the transaction again. Again, this issue is 100% related to our infrastructure being a little overwhelmed because of the price action. Okay, guys, I've got 15 minutes left. So if you have any questions, go for it. Drop them in the chat, and I'll continue answering the questions. And Beans and Rice, I dropped this article in the chat for you to check. It has a link to the Electrum wallet as well if you want to use that whenever Ledger is not available for Bitcoin transaction. Next question from Corky. Corky is saying, I cannot transfer my Astar tokens to my Ledger. There are multiple solutions and it's always on Ethereum network, but Binance or BitGet do not allow withdrawals via the Ethereum network. Astar, so let me check. In my mind, Astar was a Cosmos chain. So I don't know if that's changed, but here's the Astar account. Let me add an account. Oh, okay. Oh, right. So never mind. It's an Ethereum account. It's using the Ethereum. App. Okay. Is Astar some sort of like Cosmos zone that used the EVM? I'm a little confused here. Astar network, the future of multi-chain smart contracts. Astar network, supposed tool and languages. Oh, okay, so Polkadot. It's a Polkadot zone. Parachain, sorry. It's a Polkadot parachain that uses the EVM. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so look, let's get back to your question here. I cannot transfer my Astar tokens to my Ledger. There are multiple solutions. It's always on Ethereum network, but Binance BitGet do not allow withdrawal via Ethereum network. Yeah, that's a tricky one. And definitely something I'll escalate. But unfortunately, if Ethereum is not an option for you to withdraw your coins, then you're not going to be able to deposit on your Ledger account because yeah, because it's only on the Ethereum network. So you can either try to find an exchange that supports Ethereum, or wait until we develop a different type of account, but it sounds very strange. To be honest, I don't have enough knowledge about Astar to give you a good solution here. I'm guessing it's, the exchange should support Ethereum, and if they don't, then there's not going to be an option for you to withdraw to your to Ledger accounts. I don't think there is any other workaround here. Yeah, okay. Peter says, I meant the digital price. I would like to see more decimals behind the 12. Ah, okay, Peter. Gotcha. Okay, I'll escalate that. Yeah, I know for now it's not like you can have all the decimals, but yeah, I'll escalate that. Let me try something here. Maybe if you change the unit from XLM to Stroop, which seems to be a small denomination to XLM, you might get like a more precise denomination, but yeah, it's a little hacky. Yeah, I'll escalate that, Peter, but thank you for raising that. Okay, next question from Gabriel Miken. I'm waiting for my ledger stacks from January. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything is okay. We're still working on it, Gabriel. Don't worry, we'll send you an email when the stacks is ready. We're working on it. It's taken much longer than we expected, but the team is working hard, and we'll ship the devices as soon as we can. I'm also waiting for mine, so yeah, I'm in the same boat here. So again, apologies for the delay. Corky, cannot stake my CLO token. I logged them, but when I try to vote, sorry, insufficient funds, whatever validator I choose. Corky, I think the reason why is because you don't have enough available balance in your CLO accounts. So check this out. This is my CLO account, okay? If I wanna, so I've got 4 CLO locked, okay? And yeah, and if I wanna unlock or lock more, I will need to have some CLO that's available here to pay for the transaction, okay? All the transactions are paid from this available balance here. So if your available balance is at 0, your account just doesn't have enough coins to pay for the transaction to vote or lock or do anything like that. Okay, so that's the reason why I think you're getting an error, and Ledger Live won't let you lock or vote. Okay, so make sure, again, send a bit of coins using the receive button to your account. Okay, just enough, maybe 1 or 2 CLO, just enough to pay for the transaction, and then try the transaction again, and you should be good. BVU, is it possible to apply for the crypto card from a non-EU country? So VU, I'm guessing you're Vietnamese, just given your name, but if you are in Vietnam, Vietnam is not supported yet, and you cannot get the card yet, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll get there eventually, but yeah, not possible. For now, it's only UK and soon the US. That's all. Linwood, welcome. Beans and Rice, welcome. Beans and Rice, thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. All right, next question. Blabla007. Hello, my Nano S Plus purple does not match the image on the Ledger site in check hardware integrity. Nothing written in white. TP1, TP2, C1, C2. Okay, let me check what you're talking about here. I think Blabla7. Check device integrity. No, hang on. I think it's called hardware. Yeah, check hardware integrity. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's what you said. Sorry about that. Yeah, so the electronic card does not match. You should be fine because it's possible that this page is not up to date. You can see here it was last updated in December 2022. So, two things. Either there's been a new revision of the PCB, which is now listed here. In this case, I'm gonna write that down because this article should definitely be updated. Update, just taking note here, update, check, device integrity. Yeah, so I'll see if I can update the device. In the meantime, yeah, and also the purple device, I mean, it's just a Nano X, so, you know, it should, the controller should be listed here. But again, the article might not be up to date. It's not up to date. So maybe that's why. Now, one really easy thing you can do to check if your device is genuine is just do genuine check with your Ledger device. So you can open Ledger Live, go into help, I think. And I do think there is an option to do a genuine check. Yeah, here you go. Oh, wait. Give me a second. I need to find it. Yeah, you can just like use the device setup option, okay? So you would just connect your device, okay? Unlock it, click launch, select your device, so NAS Plus. Already have a recovery phrase, and then do the genuine check. If your device passes the genuine check, then it's good and it's safe to use. See, boom, all good. Nano is ready to use. Boom, and I'm sure that the device is good and genuine. Okay. So that's what you can do. Also make sure that when a new device will always start with the welcome screen. Okay, if the device starts asking you for the PIN like this, then it's a red flag. Instead, what you want is the welcome screen. So let me show you real quick what the welcome screen looks like. So yeah, this is what a new device out of the box should look like. Okay, you should say, welcome to the Nano X, press the right button, and so on and so forth. If instead you're getting something like, if you're getting like a PIN screen, okay, asking you to enter your PIN, then that's a red flag, and you should not use the device, or you should reset the device by typing 3 wrong pins. But if you see this, it's all good. And again, do the genuine check, and if he passes the genuine check, you're basically good. Yeah, Peter, no worries, man. I hope that was helpful. Next, XXX8. Dan, are you using the CL card? If you are, how is it? I'm not using the CL card yet, but yes, I would like to use it. And I'm telling you why I would like to use it, because I'd like to put stable coins on the card, and I would like to go to, buy my bread or my baguette with my stable coins. I'm not a fan of the idea of spending Bitcoin or any of the volatile cryptocurrencies, but I think stablecoins are perfect for a CL card. And I do think USDT and USDC are supported with the CL card. So definitely something that I would look into. And I know people that are using the CL card. It works well. You can just use it at merchants. But for me personally, I'm excited about spending stablecoins, because it's never a good feeling to spend Bitcoin and then your Bitcoin triples in value the next day. So yeah, that's my take. Next question from Jose Lenisolidum. If a person steals my Ledger device and knows my passcode, can he steal my coins? Yes, they can. If they know your PIN and they have your device, yeah, they can steal your coins because they will have access to your private keys. Easy as that. 2 ways someone can access your funds. They have your device and they know the PIN. That's one way. Second way, which is much easier, and that's what the scammers will try to do, is they will try to get you to share your 24-word recovery phrase. Then they'll take your phrase, they'll set up your phrase on their device, and then they'll steal your coins that way. Okay, those are the 2 main ways you can get wrecked. Next question was from Peter, but I've answered, and thank you, Peter, for your kind words. Next question was from Daniel Harty. The message was retracted, so I'm not sure, Daniel, what you said, but feel free to retype the message. The next, not a question, but it's a shout out by Linwood Jones. So Linwood, welcome back to the stream. I know you are a regular on the stream, so welcome and good to have you back. If you have any questions, of course, just drop it in the chat. Next question from David Carbajal. When I transfer my crypto to the ledger, I see the received transaction on the ledger, but it also shows a send transaction right after that. Is that normal? Yeah, so that's a dust attack, David. It's basically scammers sending you a little bit of coins because they want you to accidentally go into your, at least they hope that you will go into your latest operations and you would by mistake copy paste their address and send funds to their address. This is how the scam works. So if you see any like dust transaction into your wallet, just ignore it. Okay, it's free coin for you. Just don't interact with it. If you want to send and receive, always use the buttons. That's the only way to stay safe, okay? Never go into your transaction history and copy paste addresses because you might run the risk of accidentally copying the scammer's address, okay? This kind of stuff happens on all different chains, typically on cheap networks. So Polygon, Solana, Algorand, XRP, XLM, all those cheap networks. It's very easy for scammers to sample like 1 million addresses and just send a very small dust amount to all the different wallets and just hope that at least one person will by mistake copy their address and send them their funds. Okay, so very sneaky. Don't let the scammer get you guys. Always use the send and receive buttons. And the last question, and I think we'll wrap up after this one, from Pantera, sorry. Since I reinstalled Windows after changing my SSD, I can't log on my account on Ledger Live. Any help? It's possible that when you change your hard drive, the whatever was corrupted, the file that encrypts the data about your account was corrupted, and that's the reason why you can't log in anymore. If that's your case, don't worry. Ledger Live doesn't actually store anything. The storage is on the device. Ledger Live is just an interface, okay? So what you can do instead is you can reset Ledger Live and then you can start fresh and re-add your account. That it's perfectly safe, and I do think we have a Help Center article that explains the process. But don't worry, you're safe. Here. You can even reinstall, uninstall Ledger Live and reinstall a completely fresh instance of Ledger Live. I'm gonna drop the link here for you, and I'm gonna drop a link where you can download Ledger Live safely as well, because I've noticed that a lot of people get scammed by going to the wrong link, or they go to the Microsoft Store, which does not have legit apps. Just to be clear, the only safe place to download Ledger Live is via this link. Okay. Yep. So go there, reset Ledger Live, or create a new version of Ledger Live, re-add your accounts. So open Ledger Live, go to your accounts, boom, re-add your accounts with your Ledger device one by one, and you're good. And Jose, you're welcome. David, you're welcome as well. Appreciate you guys came to the live, and appreciate all of you. This is the end of the stream. We'll be back tomorrow, so me and Prince. In the meantime, please do not share your 24 recovery phrase. Okay, anyone asking you for it is a scammer. And we'll be back for a new session of live support at 4:30 p.m. tomorrow, Paris time. Thank you so much, guys. And yeah, take care. Bye-bye.